Welcome to day 4 of my haul response video. Today we're using the Forest Festivities stamp set, which has 7 stamps in it, and they are truly adorable stamps. There's a lot that I like to do with this type of outline stamp, and today I'm going to actually keep it again clean and simple, and we're going to do something different. We're going to use a piece of these stamps to create a stamp set. So I'm not going to create all the pieces, but I'll get you started so you'll understand how. So first I'm going to start with this GIF stamp, which happens to be actually one of my favorite because of all the different boxes. There's so much you can do with that. So let me just line that up on my stamp. I'm going to stamp it onto a 1 3/4 inch square of watercolor paper. I'm going to put a piece of paper behind it so you can see it better. And of course that is too small for this, right? So I'm not trying to stamp the whole stamp. I'm just trying to stamp a portion of it. Stays on ink, keeps the ink from bleeding once I start to color it. So I've stamped it just on the top of that stamp, and now I'm going to stamping off to the side. And I actually am not trying to get the little puppy at all. If you like the puppy, get the puppy, but I don't want the puppy for now. And you see how that kind of gave me a gift box over to the right. And you can probably guess that I'm going to use this area over here for a sentiment. So I'm going to take another square, and I'm going to use the Santa Claus image this time. Again, putting my Santa Claus on the stamp. I'm going to shoot for Santa's face and Santa's list, just towards the bottom here. And you see that I've got just Santa and his list and this little mouse kind of peeking up at him. So when you're doing this, you're trying to target certain pieces of the image, but this extends the life of your stamp exponentially, because instead of having one image that you can use on your cards, you now have all the different pieces of the image that you can use. Alright, so I think you have the idea there. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose a color palette. And for that, I've got a 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 piece of white cardstock, a 2 by 2 piece of rose red, a 2 by 1 1/4 by 2 by 1 1/4 piece of rose red, a 2 by 2 piece of black cardstock, and that's going to be layered there. Okay, first I'm going to color my image. I'm going to use the same color as the frame paper, which is Melon Mambo, and I'm going to use my blender pen to do the coloring. So I am only going to have one color in this as I color, but I'm going to have different shades of that one color. So this is going to be a monochromatic card. See how much deeper that is than what I did with the blender pen. Use the gray marker as well, and use it to get some gray gifts in here. And I'm shooting for light grays versus dark grays. So we do have like a variety of texture. We're going to do the star last, because I'm actually going to do the star with our new dazzling details. Alright, so I'm going to stamp on there a gift for you. And I'm going to do this in 2 parts. I'm going to take my basic gray marker and I'm going to ink up just a gift. And then I'm going to stamp that. And someone just taught me a really neat point about how to stamp. When you're stamping a small stamp, you only need a small amount of pressure. And when you're stamping a large stamp, you need a large amount of pressure. So small, small pressure, large, large pressure. Kind of a cool tip. And so by stamping that stamp separately, I was able to take a a one-line stamp, and make it 2 lines. So now I'm going to adhere this down to the black. Adhesive when I do these videos. Okay, so now I'm going to mount that on the black. And you can see just what mounting it on black instantly does for the image. It makes it a lot richer for some reason, which I can't explain. And then I'm going to mount that piece on the Melon Mambo textured piece. I want to give it a little bit of texture. And then I'm going to actually show you what this looks like in both cases, the 4x4 black and the 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 white. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Big Shot and I'm going to emboss most of the front, but I'm going to leave like the top not embossed. I'll be right back. So what I've done is I've put the embossing folder, this is our snowflake embossing folder, I've put the paper in there and I've run it through like that so that I get a nice design on the front. I've done that for the black and for the white. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take Stamping Dimensionals and so if you put it on the white, it would look like that. If you put it on the black, it would look like that. Okay, so it depends on what you like. And then for my star, I'm going to do just a little bit of glitter pen there. And I'm going to use, this is new, it's called Dazzling Details. And I'm going to paint that onto the star. And that's what that looks like. Really easy card, fast. So basically my suggestion here is that you make a whole gift set of 4, and in your gift set you use different pieces of this whole set so that each card is different and yet very easy and fun to make. Thank you, and come back again tomorrow.